The diplomatic hall of the Galactic Council Station buzzed with tension as Ambassador Maheen of the Zalathi Empire stared at the human representative across the negotiation table. Her crystalline blue skin shimmered with barely contained emotion, and her forearms gestured in what Adam had learned was a sign of extreme distress among her people. "You cannot possibly understand what you have done, human Adam," Maheen said, her melodic voice trembling. The translator device rendered her words in perfect English, but couldn't capture the harmonics that made her species' communication so unique. Adam leaned back in his chair, running a hand through his dark hair. 3 months ago, he had been nothing more than a xenobiology student at Earth's Academy. Now, due to a series of unfortunate events involving a diplomatic crisis and humanity's desperate need for representation, he found himself as Earth's emergency ambassador to the Zalathi. "I defended your honor when Ambassador Crix called you a mere female unworthy of speaking for your empire," Adam replied, still confused by Maheen's reaction. "Where I come from, that's just basic decency." Maheen's large opalescent eyes widened further. "Basic decency? You challenged a Vorthak war chief to single combat for my sake, in front of the entire council." Her secondary arms fluttered anxiously while her primary ones remained crossed. "Do you have any idea what that means in Zalathi culture?" The other diplomatic delegations had cleared out of the hall after the incident, leaving only the two of them and the soft hum of the station's life support systems. Adam had noticed the sudden exodus but attributed it to typical galactic politics. Everyone wanted to avoid getting caught in a conflict between the aggressive Vorthak Confederation and the mysterious Zalathi Empire. "Look, I know I probably caused a diplomatic incident," Adam began, "but that lizard-faced bully was completely out of line. He called you property for crying out loud, said your empire was weak for sending a female to negotiate." His jaw tightened at the memory. "I couldn't just sit there and let him disrespect you like that." Maheen moved closer, her movements fluid and graceful despite her obvious agitation. The Zalathi stood nearly 7 feet tall, and Adam had to crane his neck to meet her gaze. "You foolish, wonderful, impossible human," she whispered. "In our culture, only a bonded mate may challenge another on behalf of their partner's honor." The words hit Adam like a physical blow. His mouth opened and closed several times before he managed to speak. "Bonded, mate? For 3,000 years, the Zalathi have practiced absolute monogamy," Maheen explained, beginning to pace the length of the chamber. "We form one bond for life. It is so fundamental to our nature that the mere act of defending another's honor in combat is equivalent to a marriage proposal." She stopped and faced him. "And you, human Adam, just claimed me as your mate in front of representatives from 47 star systems." Adam felt his face flush red. "But I didn't know. You're brilliant and strong, and I couldn't stand to see someone treat you like that, but I never meant to." He stood abruptly, his chair scraping against the floor. "Can't we explain it was a cultural misunderstanding?" Maheen's expression softened, and she moved closer until she stood directly in front of him. Despite the situation, Adam couldn't help but notice how beautiful she was. Her skin seemed to glow from within, and her eyes held depths that reminded him of Earth's oceans. "There is no precedent for such an explanation," she said quietly. "The bond, once declared publicly, is considered sacred. To deny it now would bring dishonor upon both our species." She paused, studying his face. "The question is, what do we do about it?" Before Adam could respond, the chamber doors hissed open and Ambassador Crick stormed in. The Vorthak was 8 feet of scaled muscle and barely contained rage. "Human!" he roared. "You dare challenge the might of the Vorthak Confederation? I will tear you apart with my bare claws." Adam stepped forward, placing himself between Maheen and the angry alien. "The challenge stands, Crix. Name your terms." "Adam, no." Maheen grabbed his arm with one of her hands. "Vorthak combat is to the death." The human turned to look at her, and in his eyes she saw something that made her breath catch. A fierce determination that spoke of humanity's legendary stubbornness. "Then I guess I better win," he said simply. What followed was the shortest diplomatic combat in galactic history. While Crix was physically imposing and had centuries of experience, he had made one crucial error. He had underestimated human adaptability and ingenuity. Adam didn't try to match the Vorthak's strength. Instead, he used the alien's momentum against him, employing techniques borrowed from human martial arts that no galactic species had ever encountered. The fight ended with Crix unconscious on the floor and Adam standing over him, breathing heavily but victorious. The galactic representatives who had gathered to witness the combat erupted in amazed chatter. Humans were supposed to be the weakest species in the galaxy, primitive newcomers barely worthy of notice. Yet this young human had defeated one of the Vorthak's finest warriors. Maheen approached Adam as medical teams attended to Crix. "That was unexpected," she said. Adam grinned, wiping blood from a split lip. "We humans have a saying, necessity is the mother of invention. When we need to do something, we find a way." "And what about our situation?" Maheen asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "What way will you find for this?" Adam looked at her, really looked at her. In the 3 months they had worked together, he had come to respect her intelligence, her passion for justice, and her dedication to peace between their species. If he was honest with himself, what he felt for her had grown beyond mere professional admiration. "Maybe," he said carefully, "this doesn't need to be a problem we solve. Maybe it's an opportunity we embrace." Maheen's skin brightened perceptibly. "Are you saying—" "I'm saying that if I had to accidentally propose to someone in front of half the galaxy, I'm glad it was you." Adam took her primary hands in his. "The question is, would you be willing to take a chance on a foolish human who clearly doesn't understand galactic customs?" Maheen's answer was a smile that seemed to light up the entire chamber. "My species allows only one mate," she said, "and you just claimed me. I suppose we should make the best of it." As they left the chamber together, hand in hand, the other diplomatic representatives made notes that this incident would forever change how the galaxy viewed humanity. They had witnessed something unprecedented, a species so naturally protective and adaptable that they could turn a cultural misunderstanding into the foundation of an interspecies alliance. And in the years that followed, the bond between Adam and Maheen would indeed become legendary, not just as a love story, but as the beginning of a new era of human-alien cooperation that would reshape the galaxy.